He is wheelchair bound. He doesn't have super effective use of his arms, legs, and doesn't sit up independently. And he had the opportunity to start riding, and so I had just started instructing, and he was not able to sit up on his own on the horse. So we would put him on the horse, and then I would sit behind him and physically hold him on the horse. And he had very low stamina. We could go maybe 1 or 2 times around the arena when we started, and that was great. But as we were riding and we were consistently getting him on, I worked on teaching him how to find his center of balance. So as he would start to slide to one side, I would allow him to feel that and wait for him to kind of have that startle reaction, like, oh, I better do something about it. Now, he couldn't physically get himself back in the middle, but I would wait for his brain and his nervous system to kick in and be like, oh, I need to like move myself. And so then I would move him back to the middle, and then he'd kind of slide to the other side, and I'd wait until I felt him respond, and then I'd put him back. And after a while, I realized, like, I'm sitting there with him, but I'm just not doing anything anymore. So we decided to try having him ride without me behind him, and we still had a harness on that we supported him with, but he was able to ride without me, and he had developed enough core strength and stability and found his center of balance that he could ride without me. But the movement of the horse kind of helped stimulate and soften all of his muscles, and his nervous system calmed down, and everything was being able to settle, and we got his feet to where they could fit into the stirrups, which is the little like platform that you put your feet in when you're riding. So we were able to eventually bring his legs all the way down to where he could get contact with the stirrup. And as soon as his feet made contact, it was like his entire nervous system came online, and he was able to start using his hands to support himself on the saddle, which he's never done anything like that. He put his hands onto the saddle, was able to hold himself up with his hands and support himself. And then he got to the point where he got such good balance, he didn't even need to use his hands, and he kept bringing his hands up. And so we handed him the reins, and he started holding the reins. And he got to the point where instead of us physically supporting him on his torso and on his legs, it got to the point where we could just put our hand on the inside of his ankle and allow him to ride that way. We're still walking alongside him in case something happens, but from going from in a wheelchair, never able to sit up independently, to being able to sit on a horse and ride without much physical intervention was just a huge win. And that's over the course of years. That took a long time to develop that. But that was just one of my favorite experiences that, you know, I just got to see firsthand how powerful over a long-term time frame this work can be.